been waking their players up early all week long to make sure they are prepared for the time change. Coming from the West to the East Coast can always be a little bit of a challenge, but they have done a ton of research to make sure their players have the best habits and are ready to perform at their highest level here today. Back to you.
Howie, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Mustangs offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. And now we get a look at Kevin Jennings. And what a duel this should be. Two of the best quarterbacks in the country. Trying the left side. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and this crowd getting even more juice.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys. If he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Running inside. It's Pringle. They were all over it. The Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Here's Mensah to throw. Caught. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Push is ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Mensah. They're all over him. Fires for the deep corner. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Long way to go on second down. after the incompletion. Back to the passing game. This time it's complete. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. So Miami signals for a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Seriously, this just can't happen. A delay of game penalty, and it is second and long. Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Defense has it. They're on the move. There he goes to the right. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Scooped it. Scored it. Into the... Oh, touchdown, Mustangs. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here. Thinks the call is going to end up going his way.
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed, takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Coming off that turnover, they know their defense has had their back, but the offense has to make them pay. This is an opportunity for them to get back in this game. It's been close so far, but the offense has to get on the board. Coming off that turnover, I feel the momentum shifting down here on this sideline. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And the Hurricanes are in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Off-play action. Buying time to his right. He's going to take off. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of...
Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Maybe didn't have the defense they expected, and they'll call a timeout here on 4th and 1. And they can't be thrilled using all 3 timeouts here in the first quarter. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Needs it. Looking for a crease. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
That's a down and distance that would make a lot of coaching staffs pause, maybe call a timeout and think about, but not this one. There was no doubt, Reese, they were going to run the football and try to pick that up on fourth.
Direct challenge to the defense. If you want the ball, you're going to have to take it from us or snags it and he's open. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. A quick break in the action here as they tend to the injured Hurricane. And the Canes look to keep this drive humming. Making the adjustment. Throwing, Mensah. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Tells the run, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10.
And that's a really good throw by this QB, man. Seeing the crossing routes, putting it on his chest so he can keep running across the field, get those yards after the catch. Nice job being on the same page with QB and receiver.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage. Ready?
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. The Mustangs will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not a lot of room to make this catch. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
This defense is a very well-coached unit, and they're very, very active, and they're very aware of what's going on. Everybody on defense there knew where the quarterback wanted to go with it. Everyone trying to get their hands in the air to swat it down.
Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
3rd and long right here. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
They've already converted a 4th down here in the first quarter, and they'll try it again. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Snapped on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Here's Mensah to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Wants to throw again. Out wide right, it's Pringle. And he's stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. And the Canes in the hurry-up. They'll throw it from the red zone. They're working that left side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Back to throw. It's Jennings. Turns it upfield. He's loose down the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels.
And that was the perfect play call, throwing the slant against the blitz. There's one less guy in coverage because they're bringing an extra guy after the quarterback. So QB gets it out quickly, throws it out in front of his target. He's able to catch it, and not just that, he's able to advance it for an explosive play.
Second and long here. They'll run it. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. And the Mustangs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Drops back on first down. Trying to get rid of it. Just gets rid of that one.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Selling the fake. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He is in. Takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Hurricane. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. He'll bring it out. It's Hale. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Snags a quick pass on the left. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. The Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quick give. Just couldn't get away from the tackles. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Fires to the middle. It's caught. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense got it, they're on the run. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Play action on first down. He'll get rid of it. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. On play action. Rush is on. This time he's got his man. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Mensah. Right side, it's Vaughn. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Man, as a defense, you're going to give up plays, and receivers are going to make nice catches, but it's your job to limit the damage. Great job by the defense. As soon as he catches the football, they get him on the ground. Don't allow any of those big plays after the catch.
The Hurricanes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run it. It's Fletcher. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
3rd and 3. Wide receiver comes in motion. Making the adjustment on the play. Burrowing for yardage. Good. Headed to the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Move. Sells to run, looking to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be dropped.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. So there was nowhere to go in the end zone there. That time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Oh, it's a reverse. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Miami. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They didn't have to cover a ton of ground, moving at 33 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Deep in the end zone, it's Hale. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Open on the left side is Smith. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Lets it fly. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. Let's start with Texas taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's the Longhorns looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football. Now back to your game at Hard Rock Stadium. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Hard Rock Stadium.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Holly's always working the injuries on the sidelines. Holly, what have you got?
Miami's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, guys, the coach told me their running back will not return to this game. I could see that he has suffered some type of upper body injury. He tested it out several times here on the sideline, but ball security could be an issue. He is definitely out to start this second half. Guys?
Holly, thank you.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Buying a little time to his left. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Throwing, Mensah. Oh, pressure's coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it all in that last play.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Out wide right, it's Fletcher. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. He's got it. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Motion from the wideout. Second down, gonna throw it. Fires to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
The 8th play of the drive coming. You'd hate to settle for a field goal. It's 3rd and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. Going for 6. Touchdown, Canes! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. There's no question this team is reeling, down 28-7, and they have to find a way to get a score on the board with this drive. Pulls and fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Right side, it's Cooper. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. The Mustangs want to move quickly.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And the Mustangs will line up to punt it away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Holly, what do you have?
Guys, here on the Hurricane sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Reese?
Thanks, Holly.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
On the run, it's Fletcher. Just steamrolling the defense. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum. And what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Bring him down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. He's changing the play. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. The Canes will call on their punt team. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's got enough. Turns it on in midfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Mustangs headed quickly to the line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
To the air, it's Jennings. Over the middle, it's Smith. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Motion from the wide receiver. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Here's Mensah to throw. Going downfield for the big play. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Jennings. Rush right in his face. Snags it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. The Mustangs are moving quickly down the field. Off play action on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy. Remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Needs it here on fourth down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Obviously, they fail on that fourth down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
Holly, what update do you have for us?
Checking in from the Miami sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Hurricanes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Sends it back in motion. Mensah. Look out! Blasted as he lets it go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Moves to his right. On the move, he fires. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. Second and long here. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll need a bunch on second down. Quarterback changing the play. Throwing, Mensah. Fires to the wideout. zips it out to his man. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Hauls it in. Could not make his way to the corner. SMU spends his 2nd timeout here. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll move the tight end. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him. Now the Mustangs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Wide receiver going in motion. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for the score. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. And the offense grateful for that penalty if they can just move it 1 more yard to get it in. Trying to establish the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes! They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Coming out with it, it's Hale. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Here comes the heat. Finds his man. Smashes through the tackle. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Sets his feet, it's Jennings. Out wide right, it's Knight.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off his spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
There he goes at the 30. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble.
How nice is it to be an offensive coordinator and you call a pass play, but your guy turns it into an explosive run?
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, SMU! Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance, but you got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
Long way to go on second down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Here's Mensah to throw. Good timing on the quick out. Turning it on. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Hey, guys, here on the SMU sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I could see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you guys.
Appreciate that, Holly.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Dropping back, it's Jennings. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the Mustangs want to crank the tempo.
And that's how you flip the field really quickly. Go from being on your side of the field, creating the explosive play, getting some momentum for this offense, and getting towards scoring position.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. He's looking to throw. They're all over him. And it's a sack. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. Rushes on, and down he goes. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, pressure's coming. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Mensah rolls right, fires downfield. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.